And now the class of 2025. One of the most exciting players of the 1970s, winning the National League MVP in 1978, All-Star MVP honors in 1979, a seven-time All-Star. He helped lead the 1979 Pirates and the 1989 A's to World Series titles. He was with us in December when he got the news that this day was coming. He passed away just last month. He is represented by his son, David Parker II. Let us welcome him to the stage, and let's hear it for the Cobra Hall of Famer, Dave Parker. For over a decade, in a low run scoring era, he would slug .554, second only to Henry Aaron in that span. The National League Rookie of the Year in 1964, he would lead his league in home runs, park adjusted OPS twice. An outstanding slugger and base runner, he would particularly excel in 1972, leading the American League in homers, RBIs, on base, and slugging, winning the American League MVP while with the Chicago White Sox. Please welcome to the stage his widow, Willa Allen, and let's hear it for Hall of Famer Dick Allen. In 2007, he would win the American League Cy Young Award for Cleveland. In 2008, he'd lead Milwaukee to the playoffs with stretch run heroics that featured his last three starts on short rest. In 2009, he'd pitched 5 postseason games, 2 of the last 3 on short rest, all to a sub-2 ERA, leading the New York Yankees to their most recent World Series championship. Please welcome, from the class of 2025, Hall of Famer CC Sabathia. A 5'10" right-hander who learned how to throw left-handed and 100 miles per hour. A flame-throwing reliever, he'd make 7 All-Star teams with the Astros, Mets, Phillies, and Braves. He is number 2 all-time in park-adjusted ERA, behind only Mariano Rivera, and retired with the highest number 1 strikeout percentage in Major League history. Please welcome Hall of Famer Billy Wagner. He debuted in the United States as the American League Rookie of the Year and Most Valuable Player in 2001. In his first 10 years in the major leagues, he averaged 224 hits per season, peaking with the all-time single-season record of 262 in 2004. Despite reaching the U.S. major leagues at the age of 27, he would become the 30th player in big league history to reach the revered 3,000-hit milestone. A terrific all-around player, winner of 10 Gold Gloves, he is the first Japanese-born player to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Please welcome Hall of Famer Ichiro Suzuki.
William Edward Wagner, Billy. Houston National League, 1995 through 2003. Philadelphia National League, 2004 through 2005. New York National League 2006 to 2009, Boston American League 2009, Atlanta National League 2010. Fireballing lefty closer, limited base runners, as well as any pitcher in history. Ushered in new era of bullpen dominance, striking out 1/3 of batters faced across 16-year career. 7-time All-Star, recorded 7 seasons with 35-plus saves, becoming 5th pitcher to reach 400 mark. Finished big league career with 422 saves and a 2.31 ERA after playing collegiately at Division III level. Retired at the top of his game as one of only 2 pitchers ever to finish a career with a sub-1 whip in more than 500 innings.
What a humbling moment standing in front of my heroes on the ultimate stage as a former player representing Southwest Virginia and a small Division III school, Ferrum College. And it's nerve-wracking. But one of my former setup guys, Russ Springer, gave me some advice. He said, take a deep breath and remember all the times that he faced the 3, 4, 5 hitter so that I could blow away the 6, 7, 8 hitter. Teammates, right? Bullpen guys. I also want to congratulate my fellow inductees. CC, you competed with passion and power. Ichiro, your elegance and precision was like poetry in motion. I feel like we already have a special bond since being elected together in January. Dick and Dave, you were more than your numbers, though those speak for themselves. Dick was a trailblazer facing challenges most of us can't imagine. Dave brought strength and swagger during an era that demanded both. I'm honored to share this moment with your families and your legacies. There are many to recognize today. First, I'd like to thank some teams, the Houston Astros, Drayton McLean, and the organization that took a chance on a small-town lefty with a big fastball and a chip on his shoulder. Thank you for believing in me, for giving me the opportunity to compete, and for letting me grow as a player and a person. And to my family, Mom, Dad, you showed me what it meant to work hard, to stay humble, and to never let your circumstances define you. I love you. To my kids, Will, Jeremy, Olivia, and Kason, you are my greatest joys. Whether it's on the sports field or off of it, I hope that the lessons of never giving up is the one that you take with you. And to my wife, Sarah, you are the rock of our family. You held it all together while I was chasing a dream. Thank you for your strength, your grace, and your love. I couldn't have done this without you. I love you. This game is more than numbers and metrics. It's winning the moment. It's being excited for your teammates when they succeed. It's being crushed when you don't come through in the clutch. It's knowing that there is always tomorrow. The love of the game has meaning. And it's not about salaries and rankings. It's about perseverance, passion, grit, and the pursuit of perfection. It's about the 1, 2, 3 inning, play to win, and let God take care of the rest. Thank you, and God bless.
David Gene Parker, Cobra, Pittsburgh, NL, 1973 to 83, Cincinnati, NL, 1984 through 87, Oakland, AL, 1988 through 89, Milwaukee, AL, 1990, California, AL 1991, Toronto, AL 1991. Superstar outfielder, delivered on the confidence he brought to the ballpark, showcasing skills in every facet of the game. Over first 5 full seasons, 1975 through 1979, led NL in total bases and won back-to-back batting crowns, 1977-78, an MVP award, 1978, a World Series ring, 1979, 3 Gold Gloves, and All-Star MVP honors, 1979, following legendary display of powerful arm. Topped NL in total bases 3 times, including consecutive seasons in resurgence with Cincinnati 1985 through 1986. Selected to 7 All-Star teams and twice named baseball's top designated hitter, including 1989 when he won a second World Series with the A's.
Well, I just want you to know, to all my Pittsburghs and all my Queen City brothers and sisters, Pop's journey up and down to California to his 1 year in Milwaukee, every franchise cap that Dave Parker ever wore kept him warm and touched his soul. Even in Toronto, I asked him. He said, "I know I'm a Blue Jays legend, Dave Parker." Pops used to joke, "You got a lot of fans, Pops," I would say to him. Often growing up, my father would just shake his head pleasantly. "They ain't fans, son. They're friends, forever friends." No doubt the most inside Dave Parker's body also bleeds Cincinnati red, a bottomless well affection for my hometown people. Today, Dave Parker is entering the Hall of Fame as a Pittsburgh Pirate. That's right, the Burr, the Bucks. We would drive into town for the weekend events at the stadium, autograph things, meet and greets. We shoot through the 4-pit tunnel, get with the blast of daylight overlooking the majestic rivers. We often see billboards and installations celebrating Pittsburgh's cultural history. Pops love to say, "Man, you see these legends? I see old friends." The Pittsburgh general manager, Joe L. Brown, chose Dave Parker, an injured high school football player in June 1970, from the draft, and encouraged him throughout his years in the fall system. He managed. Danny Murtaugh and Chuck Tanner provided the room to blossom and achieve great things. I know my Pops is so touched in how the Steel City fans have welcomed him back. Each and every one of you meant the world to him. Yes, Dave Parker is a bucko. Dave Parker achieved legendary things as a bucko, and he holds the organization close to his heart, from Bob Nunning, the late, great Charlie Muse, and everyone today at PNC Park. Through all the individual teams and accomplishments he enjoyed during the 11 seasons with Pittsburgh, in the moments surrounded by his teammates and mentors, that meant the most to my dad. My father, Dave Parker, passed away last month at the age of 74, working on this speech during his final weeks. Pops wanted me to leave everyone with this poem that he wrote, that he gave me a long time ago. And he said if he ever made it here, to read it. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm a pirate for life. Wouldn't have it no other way. That was my family. Even though I didn't go on parade day, I love y'all. The Bucks own my heart. Because those 2 championships I got, y'all played in the first part. I'm in the hall now. You can't take that away. That statue better look good. You know I got a pretty face. Top tier athlete, fashion icon, sex symbol. No reason to list the rest of my credentials. I'm him, period. The Cobra. Known for my rocket arm, and I will run any catcher over. To my friends, families, I love y'all. Thanks for staying by my side. I told y'all Cooperstown would be my last ride. So the Star of Day will be in the sky tonight. Watch it glow. But I didn't lie. On my documentary, I told you I wouldn't show. Thank you.
Richard Anthony Allen, Dick, Philadelphia, NL, 1963 through 69, 1975 through 76. St. Louis, NL 1970. Los Angeles, NL 1971. Chicago, AL 1972 through 74. Oakland, AL 1977. Fearlessly wielded a 42-ounce bat with presence and style, combining plate discipline and power to become one of the game's most intimidating hitters during a notorious pitcher's era. Earned 1964 NL Rookie of the Year honors with Phillies after leading league in runs, triples, and total bases during his first of 9 straight seasons with at least 20 long balls. Reinvigorated White Sox with 1972 AL MVP campaign tallying league best totals in home runs, RBI, and walks. Corner infielder, led his league in homers twice, in OPS 4 times, and was a 7-time All-Star.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. First, I want to congratulate the incredible members of the 2025 Hall of Fame class. And to Kelly and the family of Dave Parker, please accept our heartfelt condolence. Dave was a remarkable man and a phenomenal ball player. I know Dick would honor to share this moment with him. We called him Dick. And although he is not physically here to accept the honor, I assure you he is with us. He is with the 350 family members and friends here today who have come to honor his life, his legacy, and the love of the game. And I know he is smiling right now, knowing that his story is finally being recognized in this very special way. Dick was already a Hall of Famer, not just for how he played, but for who he was. Yes, he was one of the most natural gifted hitters to ever step into the batter's box. And who could forget his 40-ounce bat? But his statistics, impressive as they are, tell only part of the story. And I have hundreds of stories. There are moments he might have thought were small, but those moments left a lasting impression on the people around him. Dick didn't just give his time or his money, he gave his heart. Whether it was visiting a teammate in the hospital, or standing up for someone who didn't have a voice, or just writing a note to a fan, he was always there, quietly, strongly, and sincerely. He loved the game, but more than that, he loved the people in it. Baseball was his first love. He used to say, "I'd have played for nothing," and I believe he meant it. But of course, if you compare today's salary, he played almost for nothing. While Dick played for 5 major teams during his career, the Cardinals, the Dodgers, the White Sox, the Athletic, and the Phillies, there was no question about where his heart truly lived. Philadelphia was his favorite. He loved the city. He loved the energy, and most of all, yes, he loved the fans. When he returned to Philly in 1975, he told me that the 1976 team was the best he'd ever played on. It wasn't just a reunion, it was a homecoming. In 2020, under the leadership of John Middleton, the Philadelphia Phillies did something extraordinary. They retired Dick's number 15, a gesture typically reserved for those already in Cooperstown. There was a long pause, and then he simply said, "Thank you, I really appreciate it. And that was it. No big speech, no long reply, just quiet gratitude. That day in Philadelphia meant everything to him and to our family. It was a moment we'll never forget. Thank you for believing in him, and thank you for finally bringing him home. Thank you.
Karsten Charles Sabathia, CC, Cleveland AL 2001 through 2008, Milwaukee NL 2008, New York AL 2009 to 19. Unrelenting ace was the rock of 3 franchises' staffs, delivering each to the postseason. Selected as 2007 AL Cy Young Award winner in Cleveland before carrying 2008 Brewers to October with an NL high 7 complete games in a half season. Led Yankees to 2009 World Series title with league-leading 19 wins, starting Game 1 of all 3 postseason series and earning ALCS Most Valuable Player honors. 6-time All-Star, won 251 games, reached the 200 innings mark in 8 seasons, and finished in the top 5 of Cy Young Award voting 5 times. Became 3rd left-handed member of 3,000 Strikeout Club.
Thank you to Jane Forbes Clark. Thank you to the baseball writers. Thank you to the fans out there. And thank you most of all to the great players sitting behind me. I am so proud and humbled to join you as a Hall of Famer. Even Ichiro, who stole my Rookie of the Year award in 2001. My mom is the reason I'm a baseball fan. When I was 12 years old, I was becoming a pretty good ball player. One All-Star game, I threw a no-hitter and struck out 17 of the 18 batters. Back then, my dad was constantly telling my mom, he's going to the big leagues. And my mom would reply, quit saying that, let him be, he needs to stay humble. But my mom loved the game too. When I was young, she put on the catcher's gear so I could throw in the backyard. And years later, after my starts in Cleveland, we would sit in the garage and talk pitch selection. My mom is here today, just like she's always been there for me. I can still name the whole lineup from the 1989 World Champion A's in my sleep. At DH was Dave Parker. I know we all wish he was here with us today. It's an extra honor to be a part of Dave's Hall of Fame class. He was the Cobra, but also became Pops, a father figure to a generation of black stars. I loved playing in Cleveland and Milwaukee, but when it was time to go somewhere new, I thought I wanted to go to LA and play for the Dodgers close to home. I definitely didn't want to go to New York, play for the Yankees, the furthest team away. Winning mattered and money made a difference, but my free agent decision was really about where we were going to spend our lives. We said to ourselves, we'll play anywhere on the planet as long as our family is together. When Amber and I were kids, things in our family were inconsistent. Now we had 3 kids of our own, and we wanted to plant roots. That's what we talked about. That's how we made the best decision we ever made. 11 months later, she was there in the Bronx as we won the 2009 World Series. Amber and I have always been we. We picked the Yankees. We bought a house in New Jersey. 17 years later, that's where we still live. It's where we raised a family. In January, I was sitting on our couch next to our house. I was sitting on our couch in our house when Amber's phone rang. The Hall of Fame knew to call her. I'm known not to answer a call or a text. Yeah, I had been watching the tracker for months, and things looked good. But when we got the news that day, I was in shock. The room was cheering, and I was just sitting there until Jaden gave me a hug and snapped me out of the daze. The next day, we drove up to Cooperstown, me behind the wheel, Amber in the front passenger seat like always. It's been a long road from Vallejo, California, and I wouldn't have made it all this way without the women redirecting me when I got lost. Tonight, tell your grannies, your moms, your aunts, your sisters, your wives, your girlfriends, and your daughters how much you love and appreciate them. Thank you, Baseball Hall of Fame, for making the Sabathias a part of your family.
Ichiro Suzuki, Seattle, AL, 2001 through 12, 2018 through 19. New York, AL, 2012 to 14, Miami, NL, 2015 to 17. With extraordinary work ethic and unparalleled bat control, brought record-setting hit totals to Major League Baseball as its first Japanese-born position player. Electrified 2001 Mariners to record 116-win campaign, earning AL Rookie of the Year and Most Valuable Player honors. The only player with 10 straight 200-hit campaigns, 2001 through 2010, set all-time single-season hits record with 262 in 2004. An all-star and Gold Glove outfielder throughout his first decade in the majors, led AL in hits 7 times. Won 2 AL batting titles after capturing 7 consecutive in Japan. Totaled 3,089 MLB hits and 509 stolen bases.
Today, I am feeling something I thought I would never know again. For the third time, I am a rookie. First, in 1992, after the Oryx Blue Wave drafted me out of high school. Then, in 2001, I became a rookie again at 27, when the Seattle Mariners signed me. As I look over here now and see men like Rod Carew, George Brett, and Tony La Russa, I realize I'm a rookie again. I hope I can uphold the values of the Hall of Fame. But please, I am 51 years old now, so easy on the hazing. People often measure me by my records. 3,000 hits, 10 Gold Gloves, 10 seasons of 200 hits. Not bad, huh? "3,000 hits or 262 hits in one season are achievements recognized by the writers. Well, all but one of you. And by the way, the offer for that writer to have dinner at my home has now expired. If you consistently do the little things, there's no limit what you can achieve. Look at me. I'm 5'11" and 170 pounds. When I came to America, many people said I was too skinny to compete with bigger major leaguers. The first time I ran out on the field, I was in awe of the competition. But I knew if I stuck to my beliefs about preparation, I could overcome the doubts, even my own. I have been asked, what's the best thing you can do for your team? My answer is taking responsibility for yourself. Being responsible for yourself means answering to yourself. When you go home at night and wonder why you didn't get a hit or you didn't make a catch, the honest answer is not because a great pitcher beat you or a tough sun was in your eyes. it's because there was something you could have done better. By taking responsibility for yourself, you support your teammates and you don't cheat the fans. The person who supported me the most was my wife, Yumiko. It would only be natural if she had doubts too, but she never made me feel them. All of her energy was focused on supporting and encouraging me. For 19 seasons in Seattle, New York, and Miami, she made sure that our home was always happy and positive. Being here today sure feels like a fantastic dream. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the National Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2025.